This is the London Signal, broadcasting live to the Empire and the world. The date is October 14th, 1933. Ladies and gentlemen, the fragile architecture of peace, built so painfully upon the ruins of the Great War, has developed a catastrophic crack today. The news from Geneva is brief, but its echo is deafening. Chancellor Hitler has announced that Germany is withdrawing from the League of Nations and the Disarmament Conference immediately. The German delegates have not just walked out, they have slammed the door. Tonight, in the Great Hall of the League, the chair reserved for Berlin sits empty, a wooden monument to the failure of diplomacy. Berlin's justification is a masterclass in political theater. In a radio address just hours ago, Herr Hitler declared that Germany is treated as a second-class nation, denied the right to rearm while her neighbors stockpile weapons. He speaks of honor and equality. To the common man in the streets of Munich, this sounds like patriotism. But to us observing from London, it looks suspiciously like a pretext. By demanding weapons in the name of peace, the Chancellor has effectively freed his hands to build an army without any international oversight. He is asking the German people for a mandate in a new plebiscite. The question is posed as, do you want peace? But the real question is, do you want power? Here in Whitehall, the reaction is quintessentially British. Stiff upper lip and a refusal to panic. Our Foreign Secretary, Sir John Simon, addressed the press, looking visibly tired. He expressed deep regret and urged Germany to reconsider. The mood in the government is not anger, but disappointment. There is a desperate, almost naive hope here that this is merely a negotiating tactica temper tantrum by a new leader testing his boundaries. The word in the corridors of power is patience. We seem determined to believe that if we speak softly enough, the wolf will turn into a lamb. One wonders if history will forgive such optimism. Crossing the Channel to Paris, the atmosphere changes from disappointment to dread. Premier Edouard Daladier sees no room for optimism. For France, the League was the shield, the only guarantee against the nightmares of 1914 returning. French newspapers this morning are screaming headlines like "The mask is off." The General Staff is already murmuring about accelerating the construction of the Maginot Line defenses. While London hopes for a handshake, Paris is checking its ammunition. They know their neighbor better than anyone. When Germany stops talking at the table, France instinctively reaches for her helmet. And what of the New World? We looked to Washington for a sign of solidarity, but found only distance. President Franklin D. Roosevelt is entirely consumed by his own domestic war against the Great Depression. The White House views today's events as a European quarrel, a tragic squabble in a bad neighborhood they are happy to have left behind. Secretary of State Cordell Hull has issued a vague statement about peaceful settlements. But the message is clear. The Atlantic Ocean is wide, and America is not coming to save us this time. They are turning inward, leaving the old world to solve its own riddles. Further east, behind the walls of the Kremlin, the Soviet Union watches with a cold, cynical eye. Moscow is not a member of the League, and Foreign Commissar Maxim Litvinov has likely greeted this news with a grim smile. To the Soviets, this is merely capitalist wolves fighting each other. Stalin likely sees Germany's exit not as a tragedy, but as an opportunity. A divided Europe is a safer Europe for the revolution. While the West argues about treaties, The Russian bear sits and waits, sharpening its claws in the shadows. So, where does this leave us? The institution created to prevent war has been publicly humiliated. The collective security we were promised is revealing itself to be a myth. If a major power can simply walk away when the rules become inconvenient, then there are no rules. We are drifting back to the law of the jungle tonight. The diplomats will go to dinner. The telegrams will fly back and forth, and the world will keep turning. But make no mistake, the post-war era ended today. We are now in something else, something darker, colder, and far more dangerous. The chair in Geneva is empty, but the factories in the Ruhr are surely starting to hum. This is the London Signal. Good night and Godspeed.